DC the beat man.
So epic.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey.
And I'm Reese. I already know where I am. I'm here. Free Dame. All my young ones. Let the intro run just like that. Free Dame and all my young ones. I'm here.
Oh, that's a nice little segue on into the episode. that matters more so for the ending. So, how do you feel about the Grizzlies? Like, because again, for the record, Ja Morant in like 3 to 4 incidents over a span of a year. Like, one of them Jones was 4 days from when it happened. Like, it was July 22nd, and then like after that, July 26th, he had another incident. So now he stepped away from the team, and that's he had the gun charges, or not the gun charges. He had the gun incident. He had the incident with the kid. Like, your mom calls you up saying, "Hey, the 17-year-old who needs to be handled doing too much."
Right
now, he stepped away. What's your expectations of how they're going to handle Ja Morant, and your expectations of the Grizzlies? Because I don't know if people have been peeping, but the Grizzlies are currently the 2 seed in the West. So right. I mean, at some point in time, we got to start really having this conversation now. Is Ja Morant overrated? Is he expendable? Like, is Buddy tradable? Like, because I'm sure there are some teams that would take a chance on Ja Morant and would sell the farm. This is a young asset, but is electrifying too, and we've seen some players like that get injured. So what's your take on the Grizzlies handling this issue, and then your expectations of the Grizzlies going forward as a team?
So I'm gonna start with the Ja Morant thing. They announced it today that he's entered into a program to seek whatever help that he said that he spoke about in the post that he made. So shout out to him for doing it. Regardless if it was kind of like pushed for it, it ain't a thing to do. A lot of people, especially in our community, getting help is never shined upon in a great light. You know what I mean? But and then to talk about the trade piece you kind of threw out there at the end, I'm gonna just say this real quick. If anybody gonna make that trade, it better be Dame moving to Memphis and Ja going to Portland. That better be the move.
All I'm saying is Ja Morant, Shaedon Sharpe. Hey, dog, let's move on. Keep going, Reese.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Somebody gonna make the move
like that.
Portland, right? So the issues are real. You know what I mean? Whatever people are saying, like, Ja don't hang around the best people and this and that. I personally feel like he comes off as very impressionable, and he also at the same time comes off as a menace. Like after they say 3 strikes you're out. I mean, honestly, after the second one, you're just like, wow, this guy is really just doesn't care. Like, he is a menace to society.
You think it's tough? Not caring versus ignorant. I don't know. Like,
same thing. You gotta care to come on now, to get rid of your ignorance. You gotta care. Like,
I mean, but you can be ignorant and because he knows better. Like,
he knows better.
Here's my thing. I come from a similar situation as Ja Morant. I understood what lane I need to be in. Like, all right, I came from the suburbs, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I actually in church one time got asked, do I want to join a gang? I haven't given me a sales pitch right quick. I'm always curious, you never know. And I was like, nah, in the day, like, I'm good. I know I'm comfortable in this, but I was curious about like the gang life. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to fake the funk. I'm not going to act like I'm hard. Fun fact, I've never been in a fight. Close thing, I came to smacking somebody, and that's because he hit a hat off my head. Like, that's like, I stay in my lane. I don't try to like hurt like that. And for someone like Ja with his money, with his power, hopefully he's learned, which he should have known already. But again, you're ignorant sometimes because fame gets you. Hopefully he's learned now. He's the boss in his family. Like, he needs to help. He needs to make sure. Okay, like, you disagree?
Yeah. He's not the boss. I don't know. I personally feel like
he should be. Let me say that he should be. The reason why,
and like you said, his mother called him to handle something. Yeah. I'm giving Ja the blame, and I'm giving his parents the blame.
Well, yeah, it's his family that's involved. Like, too many people had access to him, and I feel like in that situation where people are depending on him, you are the boss in that scenario. So you have to remember that.
When you put that type of pressure, on a 19-year-old, these are the things that can happen. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, his father should have never given up the boss role. At the end of the day, I'm still your dad. I don't care if you are making that much money. You about to blow the bag, my dog. Like, I mean, at some point you gotta. And listen, kids do what they want to do. At the end of the day, they're still a kid. They still do what they want to do. But
Morant's job right now is to give good counsel. But end of day, Ja Morant is the one that's on the floor, not T. Morant. Ja Morant is the one in them endorsements. So therefore, he's the one signing them checks. I don't care what T. Morant says. T. Morant could say, "Hey, Ja, don't spend a dime." And guess what? He can drop 2. So it's like, it's all.
I get it, but again, though, I feel like it's kind of how you're raised. Jason Tatum's mom is his manager and accountant. Jason Tatum, fun fact, and this is a fact. He said it on a podcast. He has not spent a single dollar of his NBA contract money. The only money he's allowed to spend is endorsement money. But why? Because I mean, come on.
But he made the decision, though, to let that happen. He's the boss end of day. Like, yes,
he allows it with respect to his mom, though. It's a respect fact. I feel like it's a respect thing for his mom and the things that she has sacrificed to put him in that position. A lot of people value things differently. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong what Ja is doing, or that he's not absolved of anything that's going on, or that his father or his mother isn't. But at the end of the day, I respect the hell out of my parents to the extent where it's like, I understand their opinion ain't them just trying to be my mom. They've lived, you know what I mean, 20 more years than I have. They literally just know more than I do. Right. You know what I mean? A lot of kids these days, guys our age, feel like we know everything, even though there's people who've been on the earth 1,000 years. You know what I mean? Who've lived this shit, even though the world is changing, obviously, with social media and this and that. But at the end of the day, the hustle is still the hustle.
Yeah. But see, I guess when I look at a boss, I feel like just because you're the boss, that doesn't mean you don't listen to other people. Like, I feel like a good leader, a good boss does get input from other people, because in the day, like you said, we don't know everything.
Okay.
So
I thought you were saying
Tatum as Ja Morant. You said what?
I thought you were saying boss in terms of
no. Like, he has to know that everything essentially starts with him. Like, anytime anybody wants to run their own business and they're asking for him, okay, well, they need money to start that up. Right. And like, it comes from him. So if what he's doing or what anybody else is doing is hurting his brand, you are the boss. You need to let people know, look, this is how this is impacting myself. You can do what you want, but it cannot come to myself. So that's what I mean by, like you said, Jason Tatum seeking good counsel, and rightfully so. Like,
Well, I was gonna say too, before we go, my expectation for the Grizzlies is to get bounced in the first round if they don't have Ja Morant. That's my expectation. They don't have Ja, they're getting bounced in the first round. Yeah, first round. I don't care who they're playing against. Matter of fact, who would they play against? They would play against the 6th seed right now, the 3rd seed. They play the Clippers, they're getting bounced at 5.
The Clippers are wishy-washy as defenders randomly sometimes. So, I mean, they could sneak in something.
So that's why I'm leaving the 5 games.
They're 2 seed right now. They go up against the
currently.
Currently against the Wolves or the Mavericks if the season were to end today and they go in like that. Obviously, you got to play in.
So I think the Mavericks take the 7th seed and beat them in 4 games. Luka would beat a Ja-less Grizzlies team with the help of Kyrie and 4. I personally think the Clippers would also beat them in 4 games if that was the case. They would be lucky to play the Timberwolves and they would still lose that series in 6 games.
That's tough. I think maybe the reason why they could lose that is because they won last season. You got a little rivalry factor going in. Maybe the Wolves are a little more motivated. But then again, this Grizzlies team is fairly deep too. So I think if Anthony Edwards is that dude that we're expecting, maybe he helps carry it over the hump. But I can understand why the Grizz go out in the first round.
Yeah.
I can see them surprising some people though and making it out of the first round too.
If they play Dallas, if they play Dallas, what chance out of 10 are you giving them to beat Dallas without John Morant? And Brandon Clark, who has a ruptured Achilles, who was not returning. They don't have a backup 5 anymore. Steven Adams is out for the regular season. He'll be coming back in the playoffs after not playing 30 games. Obviously, he's not like a shooter or anything. He's a rebounder, but he's still going to have to get up and down the court after not playing for like 20 games.
The only reason why I say the Grizzlies got a shot against a team like the Mavs, right? Mind you, I felt the Mavs had a chance to beat the Suns if everybody's healthy, and I still kind of feel that way, but I still feel like the Mavericks have issues. And I think the Grizzlies could expose that. Like, I don't believe the Mavericks are as good of a defending team as I thought they could be. And that, like we were talking about with the Kings, you can score all you want to, but in a 7-game series, you're gonna have to stop somebody. And I don't know if the Mavericks can, even without Ja, can stop the Grizzlies. Desmond Bane he is hooping. Jaren Jackson, who I used to be scared of putting down in FanDuel for 10 to 15 points, has been stepping it up a little bit. So it's like, when I'm looking at those two now, and Dylan Brooks seems to actually be playing decent basketball. I hear you. I see you on the shaking the head part. I don't want to bank on people like Dylan Brooks. Is it possible, though? Like, I mean, Dylan isn't a bad defender. Like, that's what he's most known for. So you throw him on Luka. And then after that, can Desmond contain Kyrie? And then who go? I mean, can I turn Kyrie?
Right.
Kyrie down for getting 25?
Have you seen his arms? Desmond Bane does not have the foot speed or the wingspan to keep somebody in front of him, and he damn sure cannot keep Kyrie Irving.
Got it.
Kyrie Irving.
So again,
you know who Kyrie is.
If I can keep Kyrie to 20 to 25 points, I'm cool.
Why do you think that he can keep him to 25 points?
It's not going to be him all game because you got to think he also has to score. But I don't think Desmond Bane is a bad defender. Like, I think
he's not a bad defender, but you have to have exceptional intangibles to guard Kyrie Irving, period. You have to have something different about you, and he doesn't have it. Again, he has T-Rex arms, and his feet don't move fast enough.
You got that heart. I think the boy is quick.
Heart don't mean shit, bro.
It's on defense. You need effort in order to be a good
Kyrie Irving, Trey. I'm not talking about him guarding Anthony Simons, bro. I'm talking about Kyrie Irving. Bro, in my opinion, Kyrie is the best scorer in the league right now.
And I'd say keep the boy between 20 to 25 points. Like, I'm not saying shut him down. If you're telling me you don't think they can keep them between 20 to 25 points, and it's not him as the primary defender to the entire game, but fourth quarter, yeah, it's probably gonna have to be Desmond.
What other defenders? What other guard defenders do the Grizzlies have?
Let's see.
I respect Tyus Jones. He's not. I mean, again, you need to put somebody with some size on Kyrie because he's a wing in a point guard's body. Like, they don't have nobody, Trey. They don't. They ain't got nobody. It's not a knock at Desmond Bane. I'm literally talking about Desmond Bane versus the best scorer in the league. Like, it's not a knock that he's not gonna be able to hold him. It's just like, if he does hold him, if Kyrie is fasting, he got him. As a matter of fact, if Kyrie is fasting again, he got him. You got me. If Kyrie is fasting again, you got him. And even then, Kyrie gave the Celtics, the best defensive team next to the Warriors, 40. Desmond Bane is not a comparable defender to Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Robert Williams, Al Horford. And Kyrie gave that team 40.
So on the Mavericks, Kyrie's giving them 28 a game. And I'm saying they can potentially bring that down to 20 to 25. Like, Reese, if we force the ball out of his hands, you have Dylan. I like Dylan.
How many assists is he averaging? He's averaging 6 assists, right? You force the ball out of his hands.
7.
That works. That's fine. Points responsible for it.
Not necessarily, because I just saw Tim Hardaway Jr. not be able to carry a team. So for real, if I gotta make someone else beat me, if I gotta make someone else beat me outside of Kyrie and Luka, and I just saw someone like Timmy struggle, I don't know why.
When he was the one guy
get it right with Jason Kidd and the coaching, like I would have question marks on the Mavs. Like, all right, let's make someone else
struggle as the one guy on the court. It's not his job to perform when he's the only guy. It's just not his job. Did you not see him play the Suns? What did he do against the Suns?
So Jaden Hardy can perform and do something, but like
Jaden Hardy has been, bro. You know how high I am on Jaden Hardy.
But I'm saying Tim Hardaway, a professional, someone who's been in the league, can't give me more than that. Like we can't do.
But it's not his job though, Trey. That's what I'm saying. He is a predominantly catch and shoot scorer. That is what his game has turned into with Luka. I'm not saying that he shouldn't give you more. I'm saying that only thing that Buddy been doing is catching and shooting. Because that is the Luka. When Luka is, if Luka is the earth and the moons and shit is moving around him, you know what I mean? And or he's Saturn and Tim Hardaway is one of the rings. You know what I mean? That's what he is. He's just a ring. He's not a planet.
I guess I expect more from Tim Hardaway Jr. than to be able to attack the basket, maybe give me a couple of assists, help run the offense somewhat. Because I've seen him do it before, so I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. But you say first round, all right, cool. The trade that you were talking about.
We don't have to entertain that. It's not going to happen.
So would Portland be the destination that you? No. Would that be the best destination, or was that just something?
I just want to save Dame because he doesn't want to save himself. You ever had that friend that won't get out of that abusive relationship, and you just know, and they know that they need to get out of it, but they just won't seek help and get out of it? Dame won't seek help. Instead, he's going on a media tour talking about how he doesn't like the ring culture and about everything that he's achieved in the league and stuff like that. It's kind of like, just because people want to see you win a ring and you want to die in Portland, why are you upset with people wanting to see you win? That's ridiculous. That is crazy to me. That is what he's upset about.
It's not they want to see you win. It's they want the culture to continue. Like, people knock the decision by LeBron James, and then people knock the decision by KD to join the Warriors, and he's anti that. And like, now people like they made a whole cartoon anime out of Dame and tried to like slander him a little bit.
But Trey, my thing about it is though,
we didn't have all this.
Trey, he's 32, bro. He's 32.
So
Braun was 25. KD was 27, 26.
Him wanting to create his own legacy like Dirk did for the Mavs.
Is it not created? Dirk won his ring at 32. Damian Lillard is not.
Look, all I'm saying is,
Trey, can Dame win the ring?
Rather value that one championship than joining a super team. I can't knock him for that.
Who said it has to be super?
So
we're saying go get some help. He could go anywhere.
Sales pitches.
What?
I am certain Damian Lillard has made sales pitches to other players. And guess what?
They don't want to go to gloomy ass Portland, where the unemployment rate, the rain don't stop. Like, what are we talking about? Nice. Portland is not somewhere you want to go if you're going to the West Coast. It's just not. The weather's not good. Like, have you ever talked to people who live in Portland?
Yeah.
They don't like it.
So I'm gonna say this. I was told they do like it. Hey, look, Reese, and it was one of them. It was one of them. That's why I'm like, I don't know. Maybe
if I take a mouse and I raise it in a box for its entire life, it'll never know anything outside of that box. It won't even dream about the things outside of that box because all it knows is that box. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna leave the audience with that right there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Other boxes. That's what I'm saying.
I want to see Dame win.
And this is gonna be funny when I clip it up. because we made a reference at the beginning too. It was out and it was like a little bit out of order. That's gonna be funny.
Damn, why are y'all beating the Pelicans? I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a friend who a Lakers fan, and he had so much hope for y'all, and I just love that it ain't been working. And I told him that y'all was gonna lose to the Pelicans, and y'all not losing, and I'm sad about it.
God damn.
But I told him, just like I told you though, y'all got lucky that Trey Murphy had 40 the other night. It's a law of averages. He just won't gonna do it again. You got lucky.
Well, I mean, again, it's still early.
No, it definitely is early, but the Pelicans don't have no defenders. I mean, not no defenders. They don't have the scorers to keep up with y'all scores.
Like they really are just missing Zion. Like that's like, well, I take that back. They do have the scorers. That's the thing.
Not on the court though. Brandon Ingram ain't playing.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I told Freddie he was gonna be day to day. Then they don't really have too much excuses, in my opinion. Oh damn.
Well, CJ's 2 of 7 right now, so that's kind of hurting them. That's what I'm saying. It's early. Everybody except for Valley and I hitting their threes and Bi. Meanwhile, we having a nice little field day. Like D-Lo and Beasley are both going on. I don't know what the fuck happened to D-Lo, but I appreciate this.
Rudy Gobert.
You think?
Is
Rudy
Gobert's a poison?
Is he really that? Let me stop recording.
I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here.